wondering if there's something in here that you're talking about right now, where you absolutely know what you are, even after the body dies, and have you had a real recognition of that? And is that like when you really know, or is there always steps and is there always doubt, no matter? Do you understand my question?
A little bit, I believe.
Even in that state, and this is why I'm asking this, that everything was calm and it was being run by something else, I still didn't really know what I was. I mean, I knew I wasn't what I thought I was, but I didn't really know what I was. And I hear a lot in a lot of teachings about being aware, so aware of what you are, it's like you've experienced death, even though your body hasn't physically died. So I'm wondering if you've been to a place like that, or if it's always a matter, there's a doubt and there's always like another space,
no.
Like there's never...
I can answer to the last part of the question. There's nothing else.
But you know that when you get to...
I already answered. There's no doubt. You said...
There's no doubt.
There's any doubt that there may be something,
So you know that's what you are forever, or for now, or...
The thing is that you don't need to know. You just need to not know.
Don't not know.
You just need to drop the not knowing. How to say?
I think I know what you meant.
In other words, when the mind is dropped, questions are dropped. So it's not a matter of what you know. It's what is left. What is left when the questions are gone. Questions and answers are gone. There's no doubt and no question at the same time.
Okay.
No doubt, no question, and no answer.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the point. As long as
nothing to describe.
As long as there is mind, there is questions, and there will be relative answers that may temporarily pacify the mind.
Right.
But nothing will work until questions themselves drop. Nothing will work.
And once they drop?
So answers pacify temporarily questions. But as long as questions arise, and will come arising, will keep arising, there's no peace, no satisfaction.
You know why this seems to be counterintuitive is because there's people out there that never start asking questions. You see what I'm saying? So you have to get to the end of the question, but what if you never start asking? What if you never really care? That's not the same thing.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's true that.
It is the same thing.
No, I don't think that is the case. If someone is beyond questions, then in other words, there's only one way of being beyond questions. It's being beyond questions.
Yeah.
It's not a question of. It's not a matter of.
So somebody who never starts asking them is in the same place as somebody who...
What I'm saying is that even if they don't verbalize it like you.
Oh, okay.
Even their questions are there.
Okay.
What will happen with me? What happened when I will die? Etc. Etc. Etc.
So they just never voice them or really go exploring it, but it's still there. You're saying.
Questions are in another way. So somehow you said it when I answered. You said that's, I don't know how you said it. You said undescribable or something like that. Well, there's nothing that replaces the how to say, the false identities, right? So it's not that besides all those false identities or whatever, now I know what I am and I have my right identity.
You never even think of that.
There's no such right identity that you can put in a frame.
See, now, but what you're saying, this is why I'm concerned, because what you're saying, I experienced that it was transient, and so that's why I keep asking, is there like a place you get to where it stops being transient, and you just know, and that's it, you know? Mm-hmm. Because I recognize what you're talking about, I do. I didn't care, I had no question. It was transient.
Well, there was one question.
It came, yeah, later. It didn't, yeah, during that time, it was great, but when they started again, yeah. And that's why I always ask that. And so when I ask about death, I'm really asking about, do you ever get to a place of surety?
You don't need that.
Okay.
You don't need that. Because when there's no identity, who cares?
That's right. It didn't matter at the time.
Who cares? You know? You said, what happened to me later? What me? To whom? You know?
Yeah. Mine was totally an accident. I'm glad I found that.
So, what happened to space when the form is gone?
I don't know.
That's the question. That's the question you're posing. What happened to space when the building is down? Well, to space, nothing. Can you grasp space? Can you grasp it? Can you put it a form? Can you put it a name? Can you describe it? Can you own it?
Only if we're contrasting it against.
That's an example. That's a metaphor. You know. So, in the absence of all forms and identities, what's left?
I just want to know the right question I can ask to get everything to drop. So I keep asking.
So you don't have a substitute, as I said before, a replacement for when you have seen through all that, the changeless, changeness, how to say the word, impermanence of all, the falseness of all, we've seen through that. So that's enough. That's enough. When you see through the falseness of the intellect and its products, there's no replacement. The replacement is not a replacement, it's what was before that falseness, and during that falseness, below, underground, the silence is what I say, the space that is left when this building is down is here right now. So the space is before, during, and after. Right? So you don't need to in order to, you don't need to own anything to replace the false that you drop, that you see. You see through the false, the mental and the phenomenal falseness, and it drops. And then you don't need any replacement, because what's left is what was there all the time. And who can ask? Who can ask about who? In what circumstance? If all the circumstances have been discarded. You see? All possible destinies have been discarded as just phenomenal, just false. Not me, not the real. So you don't need to say, oh, but the real is like this or like that. Now I own my reality, my truth, I know my final ultimate identity. You don't need. But what has been seen through and left, it's enough. So, even to say, I am the Absolute, I am Brahman, etc., is false, is limited. Who is saying that? Not only to whom is saying that, but who is saying that? If you say, I am Brahman, too many people already. I am a Brahman, too many people. Brahman does not need to say I am Brahman. Brahman is, whatever. And Brahman not even is. Brahman, all the words can be dropped. Brahman is, and drop is, drop Brahman, and drop all, So reality does not need crutches or stand stand supports or
Props.
yeah, props,
Crutches.
exactly. Tables, whatever.
Yeah, I think what happened was I got to a place where there was problems I couldn't solve, and my mind just gave up, but it didn't really see through
Yeah.
the fact that it couldn't really solve anything. It just happened. That's because I know what you're talking. There was no question anymore. It was just really peaceful.
Well, that's
But it's gone again, and that's why I asked those things about death and surety.
well, that's an experience. That's okay.
Well, it was a good one. I recognize what you're speaking of because of it. I wouldn't have otherwise.
I know. So necessarily, you have to be the absolute because there's no one else.
That's true.
There's nothing else but the absolute. That, and that's the statement of the Vedas and the Vedantas and Buddha Dharma. And that's enough. That statement is another entrance to realization, another gate. Just take it to your heart, believe it, and the statement will dissolve in freedom, in liberation from what you are not. You see, and then the statement "I am the absolute" will drop because you will not need it anymore. That's what I'm saying. It's not that you will have the certainty. No, I am the absolute. No, just the false, what you are not, your creation, your dream, your projection, has been seen through and has been dropped. And then what helps you, which is looking into the absolute, looking in what is indestructible, changeless, that identity and identification will dissolve and drop because there's nothing else. So there will no need to hold it anywhere in the mind or repetition or So Ramana Maharshi says something similar, that the question who I am, or who am I, which is another entrance, questioning, consumes the ego and the world, right? And then it consumes itself. Nothing is left. When there's no world and no ego, notion, or idea of it, then there's no idea or notion of the absolute. There's just the natural state, relaxation, what's left.